Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, P-Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab. I'm putting in the work, doing what I do for you. I'm back in the book. I got a nice lesson for you, so let's get started. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right Thinker's mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. See my proud dude right there. I love that. All right, today, right thing, I'm back in the book. And I just gave you a breakdown of everybody's creation story. Everybody has a story, and that's fine. You pick one that suits your fancy, and you go with it. Just give it your best effort. That's all I'm saying. Don't BS whatever you're doing. Okay, if you're a right thinker, if you're a BSer, I only want you right thinker. Why? Ain't nothing worse than BS and right thinker, claim to be a right thinker and doing stuff contrary to what they say they are. It don't work. Trust me. So let's talk about right thinkers. Let's talk more about the ancient Egyptian primordial ocean concepts. And that's what I'm going to give you, a few concepts. See if you can understand it and maybe interpret it and understand it for what it is. Information that you can use. That's all. All right. So again, in the beginning, everybody got one. And before there was any god or goddess, even Ra, meaning the sun wasn't in there, or Asar, meaning spiritual man hadn't come in, or Aset, okay? And before there was any physical matter. You see where we're going with this? Okay, roll with me. The planets, the sun, animals, human beings, etc. None of that had come into existence. Now, there was the primeval ocean. This earth is 75% water. So they used the ocean as a concept. Been there, done that. I'm not breaking that down. So again, and from it emanated what? All and everything that exists in time and space. From nothing to something. There are stories, and everybody have it, of primeval ocean concepts in other cultures. All cultures have it. They're either coming out of the water, they're going into the water, changing to whatever. Again, everybody have a story. That's what I'm saying. You got Hinduism, also includes teaching in reference to what? The primeval ocean. And you even got Christian Bible begins their Bible in Genesis. In the beginning, what? The creation emanated out the primeval waters in the book of Genesis. The oldest notion, not the book of Genesis, no, before that, okay? But they say the book of Genesis says the ocean, all that we got. But the oldest notion and the greatest emphasis on the concept of the primeval ocean comes from, you ready? Ancient Egypt, or Kemet, Akibalan. Timeri, whatever you want to call it, but that's where it comes from, Africa. How about that? In the same manner that, okay, watch this, perfect segue. The same manner that the waves arise out of the ocean, every notion, every religious concept that we have arrived out of Egypt. That's what they're showing you. And appear to be what? Everybody got a different story, different view, and they come in different sizes and texture. Okay, again, analogies. The objects of the phenomenal universe, which is the sun, Ra, stars, Nu, planets, the seven chakra system, the trees, nature, to give man what? Oxygen to breathe. You got animals who are here what? For man to himself on, okay, to run the land. And all living beings arise out of this primeval ocean. Again, that's the concept of viewpoint. We don't send literally, we send mythologically and allegorically. We tell a story. If the Bible people would tell its followers that these are not literal people, I think the world would be better off. Why? Because that would be the truth. Moving on. For no other reason. No other reason why you're not telling them. How about that? Don't worry about why they should tell them. How about why you're not telling them that? Sorry. And there are stories. Okay, everybody have one. And all the stuff that's here come from the noon. Y'all call it probably we call it the noon. We got names for everything that y'all say. Now, we got names for that. We knew what we called it. Y'all call it something else. That don't change what it is. Watch this. I'm a perfect example. Here we go. But watch this. But this rising did not only occur once, where in the beginning of time, okay, it is continually occurring. All objects in nature are constantly what? Sustained by a what? Unseen force, which modern science, again, right, cannot fully explain. We calling it the force. Y'all can't explain it. What? Call it what we said it. You're going to explain. However, which this? Science, and I love science. I love science. What's this? Science does explain some characteristics of what? The phenomenal universe. And these reveal what? An ocean of what? Thinking of a universe full of what? Separate objects? Nope. Which are composed of different elements. In fact, modern science reveals that all objects in the universe are composed of what? The same stuff. Energy. All of the elements have the same basis. When I just tell you, energy. Oh, I'm good. Further, all matter is merely what? A manifestation of that said what? Same essence, energy, but in different modes of manifestation. Can you understand that? My man said back today, can you dig that? Can you dig it? Cyrus, yeah. But this facet of matter was fully explained thousands of years ago. Again, by who? Sages of mystical wisdom. Who I study under. Just to let you know. And the sages have what? Shown thousands of years ago, not modern science, that consciousness, or what you call pure awareness, is the basis of all matter. Hello? We try to tell you that. You want to make it something else. You want to call it something else. No, call it what we tell you it is. Sorry. But just as when you are not thinking, what happens? There are no thoughts or no vibration in your what? Your consciousness of what? Your mind. And the idle mind is a devil's workshop. So you should always keep that thing busy. Why? Somebody else will be coming in and try to run it. And in the same way, what? This universe is a manifestation of what? The thought process of who? The supreme being we call God. So therefore, it is possible to have an infinite number of elements and combinations of said elements, just as it is possible for you, human beings, or spiritual beings having human experience. Watch this. You can create anything in your mind out of your own consciousness when applied what? Toward the imaginative and the dream process. If you can conceive it, you can materially achieve it. That's what they say. Simple as that. In order, you can be what you want to be. You are what you think. Man, that's what they... Sorry, man. You are what you believe you are, and you're going to be what you believe you to be. Be good or bad. Don't make a difference. Don't make a difference. Sorry. It's all up to the individual. I just gave you the success and God combination. It's all about you. Moving on. Now, this is what I've been trying to tell my religious people. Like, this is for y'all. When the physical body dies, that means it returns what? To the earth from which it come. Which is the road, excuse me. Where does, we know if the physical body comes from the earth, where does the soul go? The spirit. You ready? It returns, excuse me, to the ocean of consciousness, or what y'all religious people call heaven. Ain't that where y'all want to go when you die? I want to go to heaven. I want to be in the gates. Yeah, okay, but that concept came from us. So I'm not beefing about that. I just want to know where it comes from. That's all. I'm giving you the origin of what you profess to be. That's all. Okay, and it goes back to the ocean of consciousness. We know God, y'all call it heaven. Watch this, as represented by what we call the doo-wop, which is going to be my next lesson. What's the doo-wop? Good question. I got you. Got that on deck. Now, if it's not enlightened, if the spirit that's in the body when it dies is not enlightened, returns to what? This physical plane, aka reincarnated, as existence to what? Have more human experiences. Why is that? Put it right there. Of course, if you come here to learn, to know thyself, and you got X amount of time to do that in. Sooner the better, I refer for my young people. Why? Because that way life will be so much. Life, getting old should not be a treasure, should not be a chore, shouldn't be a burden. I need some help. No, you should get wiser and older and really feel better about what you did with your life if you lived it right. That's the difference. Because if not, you thinking, it's bad, you got to go back and start. Do it again. Start thinking on them terms. If I don't get my act together, and no matter what I do, I'm going to come back and do it again. I don't want to do this again. Concept. That was our ancient biggest fear. We ain't trying to reincarnate. That's why knowing thyself is the mission. They told y'all that. Do you want to avoid that? Know thyself. Bam. Got you. I'm the bang bang man now. When enlightened, that's this. When you become a right thinker and you become enlightened spiritually to know thyself, what happened? When that enlightenment is attained through what? Your daily practice of your right thinking philosophy that I give, one will be commune with what? The ocean of pure and infinite consciousness. And that's what you do when you go into meditation state. I do it daily. That's how you commune with your higher self. I'm not without God right now. He's with me right now. I'm conscious of that. So when something goes wrong, he's the first to know. Moving on. And that's what I mean by being God conscious. Y'all call it being prayed up. I watched my dude this morning. Respect his message and his love and desire for teaching his people a religious concept. I ain't got a problem with that at all. Again, but the idea is to become conscious of yourself, which is an even existence, which is reality, which is beyond the grasp of who are devoid, aka ignorant of spiritual knowledge of self. A lot of us fit that bill. Even I'm finding more religious people are ignorant of themselves than I can imagine. Y'all ain't too smart. Your limited mind, religious people, is like a wave in the ocean of what? The Supreme Being. However, if you don't know how to dance underwater and not get wet, that means you can't boogie, baby. I can boogie. So through the waves, it seemed to be what, although the waves seem to be what, separate, and it seemed to be a lone individual, but really in reality, what I just told you, God is always there. Be conscious of that. That way, your conduct will be where it should be. Why? That's why you should be conscious. Well, I slipped, I fell off, I got weak, whatever. Man, all that is just excuses for doing wrong. And there's no excuses for that. No exceptions. You will have to pay the consequences for the bad action. Okay, moving on. And that's what it's all about. And God is even there with you when you performing the bad action. And watch this, in the very fabric of all physical objects, as well as what? The very source of sustenance of human consciousness. He gave you this to become aware of him. He gave you this because that's him. Now you need to be aware of who you are. I'm trying to make it as easy as simple as possible. I can use all kind of analogies, so I'm trying to do just that. But watch this. Now it is due to the ignorance and the distractions of life of the mind caused by what? Your desires, your illusions, your ignorant and egoistic cravings and longings, and again, your ignorance that the innermost recesses of your own conscious mind is veiled from what? Conscious awareness. Because you're ignorant, there's a veil of ignorance. That's the veil you can't see. Okay, you can't see. Simple as that. And that's what being ignorant means about your spiritual self. You can't see it. Nevertheless, what happens? The exterior world of the internal world and the eternal world, are nothing but what? Manifestation of the what? The primeval waters, aka God's consciousness, and the highest self within what? All beings. He's not just in him or her. He's in all beings. But he gave us something that's going to make you become conscious of that for yourself. I can preach and teach. I get blue in the face about God. But if you don't have your own experience, it means absolutely nothing. That's my point. I'm trying to get you to have your own experience. So now you ain't got to be preached to about God. You ain't got to believe in God. You know him for yourself. That's my philosophy. I'm going where I'm at. I got a few more things to go. Okay, right. I got another paragraph to go. I see the clock. But now, when you delve deeper into the mysteries of what? The ocean of consciousness, meaning you put in your time, you're getting meditation in, you're practicing good righteous thinking and righteous living. When you are conscious within your own mind, that's where God dwells. Why? Because once you become conscious of him, oh, now you know. And now you are able to discover the deeper truths. Again, truths, not beliefs, about your real essence and the origin and purpose of you as a human being. We as spiritual beings come here to have a human experience. Why? To know thyself or to go back home. This is the process we call Shiti. Okay? Shidi is study profusely. Shiti is to put the work in profusely or profoundly, When the wisdom teachings are studied, went deeply. Okay, Shidi. And the mystical implications that you're learning and you're fully comprehending them. Why? Because you're putting them to use and you understand them. It becomes a special form. And now a transformation occurred. That's alchemy. Alchemists take lead, make it to gold. I'm going to take a rough ashlar and make it a perfect ashlar. Sound familiar, my brethren? I can do that with anybody. I can raise you from a dead level to a living level. I can do it all. Just let you know, I have the ability and the knowledge to do those things. That's why I say I can do them for you. Why? I know them. I've done them. That's why. No other reason. And this transformation occurs, which what leads to what? You ready? The discovery of your highest spiritual truth that lies where? Within your heart. Jeez, that's more natty. Okay, Christ, if you're Christian, but discovering this glorious truth y'all call light, that from being ignorant of it to find out it's the same thing. So that's why I have a problem with y'all. I see where you're going. I understand how you're getting there. And if it's done right, it will get you there. That's why I respect it. And but you enter God's glorious light of what? Truth of what? Your true nature. And that's the goal of right thinking philosophy and yoga, of all mystical philosophies. The goal is to get you spiritually enlightened. That means to know thyself. I got some more, but I'm going to shut this down. Why? I feel good right where I'm at with this lesson. So I'm going to let that marinate, and I'll be back with some more. But in closing, right thinkers, may y'all live to be 100, me, 100 minus a day. So I never know my right thinkers have passed away. I'll be right back.